the first U.S. Senator to call for the nomination and confirmation to fill Justice Ginsburg's seat before the November 3rd election, I'm proud to support Judge Amy Coney Barrett as President Trump's nominee for Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. But I'm not the only one who is proud. 2 weeks ago, I joined Concerned Women for America in Marietta, Georgia, to kick off their nationwide bus tour in support of Judge Barrett's confirmation. Dozens attended, including men and women from every walk of life, families, business owners, policymakers, faith leaders, and students. Judge Barrett has inspired millions of us across the country. She's reached the pinnacle of her profession while upholding her Christian faith and values. She's a wife and a mother of 7 children. She will become the first woman to serve on the Supreme Court with school-aged children. Now, the majority of Americans in the most recent Gallup poll agree we should vote to confirm her. As I've traveled around the Peach State, the enthusiasm and admiration I hear from Georgians is very clear. President Trump established a group of highly qualified candidates for the bench. He was transparent and well prepared for the moment. It is clear that he could not have made a better nomination. Judge Barrett is a woman of remarkable intellect and character. With a judicial philosophy of originalism and as a textualist, she understands and respects the court's role to interpret the law as written. As such, I believe Judge Barrett will uphold the Constitution in protecting our God-given rights, including the right to life, the Second Amendment, free speech, and religious liberty. The need for judges who will uphold the intent of the framers is especially clear when the left is showing their disregard for our Constitution. Democrats are attempting to change Article 1 and trying to federalize the election system through the creation of a national universal ballot system. And Nancy Pelosi has attempted to politicize and weaponize the 25th Amendment in another desperate move to form a committee to remove an elected president. That's why I introduced a resolution condemning the Speaker for her political games in the middle of an election while refusing to support relief for hardworking families impacted by this pandemic. Now Big Tech is aggressively limiting the First Amendment right to free speech and free press, created before the existence of the very companies that are silencing conservatives. The 1996 Communications Decency Act, the Section 230 provision, no longer suits our country's needs. Last week, Justice Clarence Thomas called on Congress to update these laws to, quote, make them more appropriate for an internet-driven society. In the Senate, I'm leading the charge to modernize the law to suit the reality of the digital marketplace of ideas by introducing the Stopping the Big Tech Censorship Act in June, to give all Americans a process to bring claims against companies when they remove or limit constitutionally protected free speech. And today I introduced a bill to eliminate ambiguous language in Section 230 and to codify the more concrete terms recommended by the Department of Justice. In Congress, we must act to hold big tech accountable, but we also must have strong judges in our courts who will uphold the constitutional rights of all Americans. That's why it's concerning that Democrats are fighting so hard to oppose an eminently qualified nominee. As retaliation, they've threatened to pack the court if we follow clear precedent in filling the seat, attempting to constrain our well-designed system of checks and balances. Unable to criticize Judge Barrett's sterling credentials, Democrats have resorted to scare tactics, claiming she will take away health care coverage or advance her own policy views. At her confirmation hearing, Judge Barrett put those left-wing talking points to rest, saying, and I quote, "It is never appropriate for a judge to impose that judge's personal convictions, whether they derive from faith or anywhere else, on the law," end quote. These accusations make clear that there's little Democrats fear more than strong conservative women. I know firsthand what it's like to step into public service and then be attacked by the left and the fake news. There's a playbook for trying to stop conservative women and their place in public service. Nonetheless, Judge Barrett has been the definition of grace under pressure. At her confirmation hearing, Senator Graham asked why she decided to put her family in the spotlight and accept the president's request to serve. She said, abridged, "We knew that our lives would be combed over for any negative detail. Our faith would be caricatured. The benefit is that I'm committed to the rule of law and dispensing equal justice for all." Judge Barrett's commitment to the rule of law and equal justice are clear from her writings, decisions, and testimony. In fact, on the Seventh Circuit, 95% of her adjudicated cases were unanimously decided. I'm so grateful that Judge Barrett has accepted the call to serve our country. President Trump could not have chosen a more qualified, impressive jurist than Judge Barrett, and I will be honored to vote to confirm her as the next United States Supreme Court Justice. Thank you.